You ever stumble on a sample that makes you go,
perfect?
well, I did, and while I made this beat a long time ago, the one thing I remembered about it was this arcade sample that I loved and I wanted to make a beat out of, so hopefully you enjoy. I, for the life of me, don't remember how I made this beat, but I love it so much and I really wanted to show it, so please try to bear with me as I just run you through it all. So the first thing that I did was I went and I got this pad from arcade, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I can't fucking remember at all if I made this chord progression or if I took it from somewhere. I don't want to take credit just in case I took it, but this is the chord progression I got going on for the pad. And I added a free tool from Cymatics called Memory where it just sort of adds like a bit of a ripple, wavy effect to your melody. This is what that sounds like. And one thing I remembered about this beat is that I wanted to use a sample from arcade. So I went to arcade and I found this sample from Honey, and I primarily used these chords. And I orchestrated them all together to make, and I orchestrated all of them together, and I orchestrated all of them together. Holy fuck, man. And I orchestrated them all together to make this. I also added some reverb and the free plugin Origins from Cymatics and used the lo-fi effect to give it that sort of staticky vintage feel. Next I went ahead and I grabbed FL keys and created this sort of chime effect. Also added some reverb to make it feel more lively. Next I got this lead from Flex and created this sort of counter melody that's in the background but really does stand out. I also added some slide notes to really make it glide into the progression. This is what it sounds like. And the final thing I did was I copied the bass line from the first chord progression pattern I showed you, grabbed this smoothed out stuff from arcade, pitched it down a couple of octaves, and this is what we got. Altogether, this is the melody that you get. Moving on to the drums, we got this very basic snare pattern. Moving on to the hi-hats, we got a very basic hi-hat pattern with the occasional gap and roll. For the kicks, we have it emphasizing some of those gaps in the hi-hats and leading into the hi-hat rolls and also blending well with other aspects of the drums and the melody. And finally, just the occasional open hat where it felt necessary. This is the whole beat preview.
You're just so wavy.